What's up guys, it's Fred again with Influencer Unchained, and by popular request, I present to you 10 completely new Fiverr gigs that you can do for free without any special skills, plus 7 free tools to make these methods much easier for you. Now the types of gigs I'm going to be showing you today, I guarantee you've never seen talked about by any other YouTuber, especially since some of these are actually completely new categories that have recently come over to Fiverr. And not only that, but these 10 gigs are ones I have actually handpicked from the entire Fiverr library that I believe to be not only beginner friendly, but completely profitable as well. And before we get started with the video, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel for more cutting edge videos about making money online just like this one. And without further ado, let's get into today's video. Now before we dive into today's methods, I want to first point out that I previously did a video about 5 free and easy methods you can do on Fiverr, and since the reception for that video was really good, that prompted me to create this new, hopefully even better video for you. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'll link it down in the description box so you can check out other strategies in addition to the ones I'll be discussing in today's video. Anyway, starting off with our first type of gig, we have travel services, including but not limited to giving travel advice, itinerary planning, and even just answering questions about your hometown. For example, if I just scroll down this list, we'll find some highly rated gigs such as this one that reads, I will buy products in India and ship it to you, or I will research and plan an itinerary for your vacation or trip, or here that says, I will plan your visit to Portugal. And if I scroll down more, we have like postcard from the gold ring of Russia to anywhere, I will ship things you need from Thailand to your country, I will take photos in Ho Chi Minh City, I will guide you to travel in Pakistan, etc. So as you can see, if you live in or have lived in any city that's somewhat popular with tourists, you can easily provide these types of services for travelers or even people who for whatever reason want postcards or souvenirs mailed over to them. And I just think this is one of the easiest and even most fun gigs to do ever, and you can even make your gig stand out by exaggerating in your title using words like epic and tailored to your preferences and things like that. And moving on to gig number 2, we have flyer distribution, which is literally just handing out flyers or posting them around your city. And looking through the gigs, this actually seems to work best if you live near some type of university or major city. For example, this gig here says I will post flyers at UCLA, which by the way is a huge school with more than 70,000 people, and this one here says I will post 20 flyers in high traffic Los Angeles areas for $10. So yeah, this category isn't work at home friendly, but it could still actually be very ideal if you live in a densely populated area and can just post some flyers while you'll be heading outside regardless, thus giving you something you can make money with even when you have to go outside and don't have access to your computer. Now, one very important thing to note is that when you start out on Fiverr, you actually already get to list 7 different gigs, so this could be one out of those 7 to help you get some supplemental income in addition to your main work at home gigs you'll be doing online. Next, moving over to gig number 3, we have branding services, namely delivering ideas for business names and sometimes logos, both of which can be easily accomplished using free tools. So if you've seen those videos about how to make money by typing names, this is sort of similar to that, except this is a lot more consistent because you're actually directly offering services to clients as opposed to going through an intermediary site that holds competitions for names which you're not even guaranteed to win and thus make money with. Anyway, as an example here, we have a gig titled I will create 10 business name, company name, or brand name, and I'll show you 2 free tools to help you do just that. And the first of these is called businessnamegenerator.com, and with this you can literally just type in the keywords you want. For example, I'm going to type in gaming here and it'll generate a bunch of different names that are related to your keyword, as you can see down here. So we have like gaming arclight, gaming agile, gaming air, gaming wise, gaming desk, gaming soft, and you can just pick from all these different names the ones that you think are good and just pitch those to whoever is buying your Fiverr gig. And even better, you can scroll up to the top for further customization options like the industry filter, so I can filter by, again, gaming here, and also more if you want, so gaming and food, or probably not. But anyway, over here there's another filter here that you can apply with 1-word or 2-word names, and you can insert your keyword before or after the name, and you can have even rhyming here, so I'm gonna try with 2-word rhyming and character count. You can also customize. I'll just make it max and click apply. Oops. And with this, we'll see like different ones: gaming geniuses, gaming glee, gaming guru, pretty cool, gaming guide, no, gaming gang. So this site is definitely very helpful, but that's not even all, because there's a second site called oberlo.com, which you can do pretty much the same thing with. So if I just type in gaming again and see what types of names I generate, here we have other types of names from this second site that I can even also use for even more examples and ideas. And now just moving back to Fiverr real quick, I have yet another thing to show you, which is the fact that a lot of these gigs don't just offer business names, but also package these gigs along with logo design. And as I discussed in my previous Fiverr video, you can use a website called freelogodesign.org to easily do that. And now moving on to gig number 4, we have an interesting one, and that is beta reading. So if you have ever heard of the term beta testing with like programs and games and devices, this is essentially the same concept but for literature. So here, for instance, we have gigs like I will be your fiction or non-fiction beta reader and offer critique. Here also, I will beta read, provide feedback, and critique your documents. And then also, I will be a beta reader for your short story or novel. I will beta read and critique your novel or short story. So if you enjoy reading and can provide constructive feedback for people's writing, this could be an easy and enjoyable gig for you. And next, going on to our 5th gig, we actually have one that you might be familiar with, and that's transcription. So transcription has been a pretty big staple of a lot of people who make money online, but I thought I would mention it not only because it isn't in my previous Fiverr compilation, but also because I want to show you an easy way to perform it with the help of a couple of free tools. And by the way, in case you didn't know, transcription is essentially just typing up whatever is being said in an audio or video clip, as you can see from these gigs listed here. But there's actually a way to perform it without typing, or at least to save you a lot of time using the method I'm about to show you, which is to use the voice typing tool within Google Docs, which by the way is completely free to use. And to do that, you need to go over to Tools here and opening up the voice typing tool, and just by hitting this button, you'll be able to voice type as I am doing right now. So what you can use when transcribing is put on a pair of headphones to listen to a clip so that the sound doesn't reach your microphone, then just speak into your microphone whatever is being spoken. Now if you prefer to just type, you can obviously just do that, but if you say feel burnt out from typing, you can occasionally switch over to this method to change things up a bit. Now just for a couple of final tips to share with you regarding transcription, you can use the spelling and grammar check to correct any potential mistakes you might have, and also use the Chrome extension called Grammarly to help you do that as well. Just be careful not to have correct grammar be at the expense of accurately transcribing a clip. Anyway, moving on to our 6th gig, we have presentation and slideshow design. So with these gigs, companies very often need professional looking informational slideshows that they may think require too much time to create, and thus they just outsource the work to people like us. Fortunately, I have yet another free, super powerful resource to show you called slidescarnival.com. And it's actually what I personally use for the introductions of my videos, but essentially what the site provides is very professional, versatile, customizable, and free templates you can use for PowerPoint or Google Slides, which again is also free. And for example, to use any of their templates, you just have to open up the page and scroll all the way down where it says use as Google Slides theme, and then just open this up and it'll just populate right onto your Google Slides, as you can see, with lots of different types of slides and all very professional looking. So here we even have like infographic friendly pages and things like that. So on Fiverr, all you would need to do is for a company to give you all of their content, then literally just choose the slides that best match their information and just copy and paste in the respective stuff. Next, moving on to our 7th gig, we actually have one from a completely new category on Fiverr, and that's their Twitch marketplace, and more specifically, we're looking at designing Twitch overlays. So first of all, basically what a Twitch overlay is if we go over to twitch.tv, which by the way is a streaming platform for mostly video gamers, we can see that most streamers have a customized overlay that usually features their game on full screen, but almost always has a little box on the side that shows their face on a webcam, and other little widgets like follower counts and a space for the chat. And while designing overlays might actually be one of the more challenging gigs from my list, it's also probably the least competitive one, being relatively newly featured on Fiverr. If you want to try this out, I will share with you in a moment several free resources and tools you can use to do so. However, I won't demonstrate the creation of a template for this particular video because it's going to drag out this video way too long, although if you comment down below that you want to see me do it, I will definitely create a quick tutorial on it in the near future. But anyway, as for the resources you can use to help you do it, we first have a website called Overlayer on which you can freely create a highly customized template. Next, to get an idea of what a good overlay looks like, you can simply head back to twitch.tv to look at what some of the streamers are using. Now, to acquire images to use in your templates, you can usually just use the characters and backgrounds from the specific games the person you're creating the template for plays, because as long as they're playing those specific games, these images that belong to the gaming companies will indeed be fair use. Now, for some supplementary tools, you can again use freelogodesign.org to create logos if you need to, and also use Background Burner here to generate images with transparent backgrounds so that you can overlay images on top of one another. Again, if you'd like to see a full demo of me creating a Twitch overlay, just leave a comment down below and I'll definitely do so if enough people are interested. And now with just 3 more to go, we have number 8, which is data entry. And this one I believe to be just quite straightforward. For example, we have one gig here that says I will manually do any data entry at even $25. And down here we have another one that says I will do copy paste PDF onto Excel data entry. Let's see, I will do Excel data entry and web research. So some people also do research, Excel data entry at $25, and so on and so forth. So for this category, it does help to have some Excel skills, or we can also call upon the help of Google McDougal again with yet another free and useful application called Google Sheets. It's almost functionally the same as Microsoft Excel, and you can easily use it to perform data entry and organize data, especially since it's incredibly easy to again just Google some of the basic tutorials for all the things you can do with it. Anyway, speeding up a little bit and moving on to our 9th gig, we have being a virtual assistant. This one is pretty straightforward as well, but it's also fairly versatile as you'll typically be given relatively easy, no special skills required tasks, similar to those you get on websites like Amazon Mechanical Turk. So for instance, we literally have people just saying I will be your virtual assistant for 10 and 5 hours, or even just I will be your virtual assistant for $100, I will be your VA and friendly customer support, and some more specific ones like real estate type gigs, and also more general ones as well. And with that said, this category might actually be one worth browsing through and looking at all the different, some very specific types of gigs for ones you might not have thought of but can actually do really well. And finally, last but definitely not least, we have game user testing of all sorts of things like video games, applications, and websites. And I think this one is a pretty good opportunity because here we have simple things like I will playtest and discuss the user experience of your game for up to $20, and here we also have I will review your website and suggest improvements in 24 hours, which I suppose is more technical. But also here, if you like video games, you have I will test your video game on PC, Mac, iPhone, iPad, or PS4 at $5. So not only can this be a fairly enjoyable type of gig to do, for example even if you just want to mix things up occasionally, but also it can very easily serve as another supplemental gig you can list on Fiverr out of the 7 that you start with. And for my final bonus parting tip, for any gig, but especially for those that involve reviews like this one here, user testimonials are extremely important, so what I suggest you to do is to have some friends and family members purchase and review your gigs, while obviously you paying them back for their help of course, to get you a head start. And those were another 10 profitable and beginner-friendly Fiverr gigs that you can do. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and hitting that notification bell for more videos just like this one about making money online and digital entrepreneurship. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.